సరేలేండి ఏం
ప్రోగ్రెస్
పర్వాలేదు.
అన్నది రికార్డింగ్ ఇన్ ప్రోగ్రెస్ అన్నది.
Namaste Bhai. As we have discussed last session, we have dealt with the topic Sannidhata, that is the director of stores. Actually, director of stores means, as already it is explained, who is in charge of all the goods, precious goods, normal goods, middle value goods, all the goods. He is entire in charge. And also it was discussed there that it is almost like, planning commission is no more now. Now it is almost like Niti Ayog. Tomorrow what happens, we do not know. But in the Arthashastra, it is described as Sannidhata. Sannidhata means actually who receives all the goods. Sannidhi, we know, properly placing. So is that done. Now, next chapter is called, it's a beautiful name Kautilya gives. It's a very big one. Samahartru. This is Samahartru Samudaya Prasthapanam. I repeat, Samahartru Samudaya Prasthapanam. All are technical words. Here, Samahartru, Samaharta. Harta means who takes away. Aharta means who receives. Samaharta, Samyakaharta, who receives proper way. So, that receiver is collector, one who collects. So, what is his duty means? Samaharta's duty is Samudaya Prasthapanam. Samudaya. It is also, as I told you, every word is technical in Arthashastra. Samudaya means actually outcome, we say. That means that which is Udaya means actually we can say the rising. So rising means what? The fruits which are already grown up. That is the reason it is now called income. Samudaya. So that, actually the technical term, even income word also, incoming is income. Outgoing is, that is different. So similarly here, Samudaya, that means incoming produce, income. That is the reason incoming is called income. So technically, here Samudaya is the word. So Prasthapanam, that is establishing, settlement. That means actually, it means to say that this chapter deals with the duties of Samaharta, who settles the sources of income. And it is called, actually, there he mentions three technical words. One is four we can say, Aya Shariram, and opposite to it is Vyaya Shariram. It is called corpus. Corpus is different. We know corpus fund, corpus. That's a main body, we can say. And then that is the reason in English, Sanskrit learning through English medium is very comfortable, Vishwanathan Garu, because almost parallel words we find Sanskrit to English. You cannot find these words. Hindi we can get, because there are almost synonyms to Sanskrit. But Telugu, it is very difficult. You just see the translation also, Mamaya Gari translation. It's very difficult. But once we really go with English medium, it is fantastic. We can easily understand this much of English knowledge is enough. So, that is, first of all, Aya Shariram, that is corpus of income. And then Vyaya Shariram, again the same, corpus, that tentatively the total estimate of expenditure. And Aya Mukham different, Aya Shariram different. Aya Shariram is corpus. Aya Mukham is the ways of income, the sources of income, the doors of income. Mukham is a door. So the door, and then Vyaya, that is, Vyaya Shariram. Vyaya Shariram is there. Vyaya Mukham also. That means the doors to go away of expenditure. So this way, Kautilya clearly mentions. You are asking whether income tax was. First of all, we should know. We really, till today, we means common man. I always consider me as a common man. So common man doesn't know real sources of income in the government. Government, we do not know. We know only our income and a little bit of business people income. But actually, how many heads are there for the sources of income? A common man doesn't know. Now, Kautilya is explaining. A simple reader can understand what really come under that. And he mentions entire corpus of income has got 8 constituents. That means 8 components. In that corpus, 8 components are there. Then, of course, Shariram, Aya Mukham, there is tells. So, first of all, what are the heads? When we are saying corpus, body, so what are the main components? When constituent elements we say like that, here he mentions how nice, just see. Samaharta, that means the collector of revenue has to see Samaharta, Durgam, Rashtram, Hanim, Setum, Vanam, Vrajam, Vadikpatham, Cha, Aveksheta. So he should see, he should look into the income, that is the corpus of income, which has got 8 forms, 8 branches. What are they? What are these 8 branches means? He only explains. Number 1 is Durga. Durga means we think fort. It is not fort, but technically we can understand. He explains what is Durga. Next. So Durga and Rashtra. Rashtra also, actually what come under Rashtra. That also we'll see. And Khani is a clear term. Khani means mines. But Durga Rashtra, see a different technical words here. Setu, Setu is, water bodies. Setu, water bodies. Vana, forest. Forest produce so many times we have talked. Vrajam, Vrajam is animal husbandry. Vraja is actually, that is the result. Vraja, Gollapalle, etc. Vraja is, animals. So animal produce whatever is there. Vadikpatham. Vadikpatham is market. Okay. He has to look into this. Now, that means he should look into the income of these 8 things and what they are is explaining. Shulkam, Dandaha, Pautavam, Nagarikaha, Lakshanadhyakshaha, Mudradhyakshaha, Sura, Suna, Sutram, Tailam, Krutam, Charaha, Sauvarnikaha, Panya Samstha, Veshya, Dyutam, Vastukam, Karushilpiganaha, Devatadhyakshaha, Dwara Bahir Kadeyam Cha Durgam. Only one has got all the things. Now, first, what I do is first really I'll read the translation of Guru Garu in Telugu. Later on again, English also I'll do because that different terms also. So now it is, Shulka is actually tax. That is 2 types. Shulka is duties. Duty means customs. మీకు తెలుసు కదా customs duty అంటాం కదా. Kara is tax అండి. Kara is tax. Shulka is duty. Duty on the imported goods, etc. That is the Shulka. And on the revenue, on the earnings, that is called Kara. That is the difference. Between the tax system you are asking, so tax, first of all, 2 types. One is Kara, other is Shulka. Shulka is on duty. That is duty is called customs duty, they say. So that is called Shulka. Kara is tax. Now he says Shulka is coming. Kara, he comes later on. So Shulka and Dandaha. Dandaha is fines. Fines. Fines also source of income. See how many sources of income means fine amount also, because all these what these police people do, whether they give it to the challans, nowadays it is going on, challan is danda, Dandadhana. But how much revenue is reaching the royal treasury, we do not know. It is none of our business. It is not our cup of tea. But if you look at it, a simple example I am seeing, challans and fines, drunk and drive, etc., etc. All these come under this danda, punishment. So whatever is there, fines imposed. And also Pautavam. Pautavam is, as I told you, even now, actually, I heard about, vehicle inspectors like that. Weights and measures also. I think you must have heard. I too heard about weights and measures inspector will be there. I do not know who are going into the market now, because we are, of course, ignorance. We are totally ajnanis in that aspect. But actually, Pautavam, weights and measures system, because we are going to read that chapter also. Tulamana Pautavam is the chapter. Next comes in the this second Adhikarana. So, in that, what we get is not the fines or income. Actually, Kautilya describes how the deceit takes place in weights and measures. Very, very interesting how they prepare counterfeit balances, and how they prepare the measurement also. Kautilya instructs weights, balances, they put some different things, magnets, etc. He mentions, and also preparing the balances with the different type of materials. Different, this we do not have the idea. But actually, if the balances, they are made of different metals inside. How do we know? Component, that is, so many things are there new to us. And then he says, how the measurement means, he says, if we are measuring the grain, ధాన్యాన్ని కొలిస్తే, it should be like శిఖర, he says. అది మనకు తెలుసు. ఇలా నిండుగా ఉండేట్టుగా వడ్లు బియ్యం ఏది కొలిచినా మనం ఎవరికైనా ఇస్తే కూడా అలా నిండుగా ఇస్తాం. ఓకే, శిఖరం. And for fluids, liquids he says to the full level, oil, etc. That can't be done like shikharam, isn't it? So he says, and I have seen in the shops also, you must have seen in a village, when we take oil, that with some small measurement they give the oil. What they do, they take oil from the can, they put like this, and immediately they lift out. They just pour it, and it. So in that split second, as we see in the petrol bunks, they stop. Drop will remain. 1 or 2 drops will remain in the jar. So that way also deceit. That is the reason he mentions. So many tricks are given. So that is the reason Pautavam, whatever fines are collected from weights and measures, deceit also is source of income. So like that. Okay. And Pautavam. And then Nagarika. Nagarika is actually, now we say like Sarpanch. Now the new term has come, no, Sarpanch. Nagarika is, it is called city superintendent, like mayor. Now we say mayor. Mayor is the total in charge of the city, isn't it? So that what is collected by the mayor, that is also accountable. That is one of the source of income. Nagarika means actually city superintendent, they translated long ago. But now for village it is Sarpanch, for city it is mayor. Mayor is Nagarika. And then Lakshanadhyaksha. Lakshanadhyaksha means actually the minting in charge. Lakshana, that is coinage. So mint compound is there now near secretariat. So the director of mint. Okay. That means that source of income. And then Mudrajyaksha. This is also most important. Mudrajyaksha is actually those days, this navy trade was there. Navy travel, navy trade was there. Interstate trade was there. Interstate travel was there. So that is the reason. And now you asked only about was there tax you asked, but actually there was passport also. This is stamping. Mudrajyaksha means stamping in charge. And stamps also now, Nagarika duties also explain there how they should see, how they should stamp the goods were taken. That is, there's a passport in charge. So whatever comes from the passport director of passport, he is called Mudrajyaksha, stamping. And then what he says, Mudrajyaksha, Sura, liquor was not banned. Madhyapana Nishedha, these people talk, but actually, see, to teach, to discuss one chapter, we take more than 1 week. Because each topic, it is, it has got a wider idea. It is very rich in idea. Words are only two. Sura means actually, we say, only like, liquor. Liquor word is also we are not supposed to use. Actually, Sura means actually, Suyate, that is actually Asavas also they say. That means extracts. The juices extracted, they come under Sura category. Because there is an in charge, there is a director of Sura also. Surajyaksha is also a chapter. We are going to know many, many, many details of each and every product. And in that, what they do is Sura, why is telling means Sura preparation, Kautilya describes. And how many types of suras are there? And some are prepared with fruits. Some are prepared with grains, bija bandha sura, as you know from barley, etc. also. So that means they put ferment and then it becomes. So that way, the preparation also, he has sample piece, he has described in Surajyaksha. And another thing is, Sura Shalas were allowed and intoxicate, of course. Even if we eat hiran also, we feel intoxicated, isn't it? But sweet or fermented things, anything if we take, automatically we get intoxicated. So that way, Sura and this Sura Shalas, bars were there, bars are the same. Sura Shalas, and there were also ladies, etc., also provided. Another thing is in Surajyaksha will come anyhow, but before that, interesting, because it is interesting, yeah. The Surashalas were so well maintained. Now in the bars were not maintained as you. I have not seen, but we know the Surta Panditya knowledge. Actually, Surashala in charge should have an accountant to maintain that. Actually now checking will be there, no physical checking. So whatever ornaments, whatever cash, whatever these customers wear, they should make a note of that. In certain hotels, it is there. They should make a note of that. So while going, it should be there. Otherwise, they lost everything, they go. So this type of gambling halls and also drinking halls. These rules were imposed those days. That means even for Madhyashala, there is no loss for the customer. They are well entertained. And also the shops they were supposed to install the shops in the outskirts. That is Kautilya's rule, not gully, not like this wine shops. Not at all. That is not allowed. He mentions that creates disturbance in the citizen's life. Therefore, such shops should be put only out in the outskirts. That is one rule. and taking care. And also, the preparation of this surah is allowed. If you see like Hindi movies, bhang, etc., they prepare. So the surah tayari is also permitted, licensed. License is given to the householders on the occasions, special occasions, on the occasion of festivals. They can make, they are licensed on festive occasions. So many such rules are there, and they should not be, should not be adulteration also. All these rules are there. So therefore, Surashala is there, tax on that is there. So whatever tax, whatever whatever revenue, that is tax on actually. Whatever comes income also, because now they say liquor income is maximum in our state, they say. So lot of income comes. So that to give the license, etc., we know that. So those days also, that was also one of the sources of income. That is the reason Suradhyaksha. Next, what he says is Suna. See, Suna is slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse means mutton shops. Mutton shops were there. Mutton shops allowed. And again, very interesting thing here. I think today this only like what we say, one topic we take enough time. So slaughterhouse person should sell neat meat. And now how why these people are suffering from cancer, etc. He mentions then instantly killed meat only should be sold. Now people go, when I go to like Ratnadeep or some supermarket, I wonder, actually we hesitate to use the vegetables which are kept in fridge for 2 3 days. Even fruits we hesitate to eat, and dead body also in the ice box we put, but immediately we send it away. We send it to. And particularly in our culture, it is burning is there. As per Hindu tradition, it is Shava Dahana only is there, no Khanana at all. Because Khanana means, total it spoils that area. It may become manure later on. But burning is very good for the surroundings. Because if this rotten flesh, if dogs eat, they become mad. That is there. I am told in the childhood. పిచ్చి కుక్కలు ఎలా అంటే శవాలు పీక్కు తిని పాతిన వాటి వల్ల పిచ్చి కుక్కలు అంటే ఎనీ నక్కైనా ఏదైనా కూడా ఇట్స్ నాట్ గుడ్. సో దట్ వే దిస్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ కేర్ వాస్ టేకెన్ that meat should be fresh. And also he says, if they say boneless, the boneless mutton should be sold. If they again deceive the people by mixing the bones, there is a punishment. So that means really so many things are there. Rotten and dead animals, meat should not be sold, and also pure. That is the reason. All these really are the reasons for good health and reason in those days. Why people were eating mutton, but they were healthy. Now these fellows, the buffaloes, etc., they come others also. I wondered when these people were talking about that buffaloes game, etc. He was telling, he offers that who maintains that he gives milk to the buffalo. What does it mean? Milk is one of the food items to the buffalo. My God. And also he was telling he gives meat also. What does it mean? Then how they become Shakahara Mrugas? Just, for this. And we are taking the milk thinking that it is vegetarian. So how much pollution has come nowadays? That is the reason we are getting health spoiled. This dairy is good, this dairy is good, this is not good, this is not good. We are going under any buffalo, any cow. So this way they are spoiling. That is pollution where it comes means like this. So therefore, That is, Sona he told how it should be, and also then Sutram. Sutram is nothing but yarn, that is textiles. Yeah, textiles. So that is also textile income. He simply said Sutram. So, and then Thailam is clear. Thailam is actually your coastal people use real Thailam. We don't use, we use secondary Thailam. Because నువ్వుల నుండి వచ్చేదే తిలల నుంచి వచ్చిందే తైలం. యాక్చువల్లీ తైలం అంటే నువ్వుల నూనె మాత్రమే. ఆ ప్రైమరీ మీనింగ్ నువ్వుల నూనె ఇంకా దానిలాగా ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి మీరన్న సన్ఫ్లవర్ ఆయిల్, మరొక ఆయిల్, పల్లి నూనె ఇవన్నీ కూడా దే ఆర్ కాల్డ్ నూనె. But if at all we say Thailam, Thailam means tilebhya from the others is only. That is the thing. So, from oil products, oils, income, whatever comes, that is. Ghrutam, pure ghee. Ghee also. Ghee marketing also will be there. So, income. See, when he is telling Durgam, how many items are included in that? Look at that. How many are there? And Sharaha, salt. And salt also, how many types, Nowadays, oh my God, business has become very much what it is. Tella uppu, nalla uppu, maraka uppu, Saindhavalavanam is different, and rock salt, nimma uppu, what not. So, Sharaha. So, that is also sources of income. Sauvarnikaha. And now, goldsmiths. Tax was there on goldsmiths also. Percentage he will tell later on. So goldsmith, because now gold shops, they never pay tax. We only pay tax. Government employees only are under the control of government, private people. But those days, Rajarika, monarchy. So Kamsali also. And then Panya Samstha. Panya Samstha is, this is market only, sale and purchase places. All business establishments that comes, cloth shop or grocery shop or anything, anywhere sale and purchase goes on, that is called Pani Samstha. All the shops come under that. Whether it is ready-made shop or some other shop and grocery shop, anything like, cafe, anything, they come under that. Veshya, this is again, it needs some explanation. Prostitutes. Prostitutes, actually, these people, prostitutes, actually, what they say, we do not know in English. There is a beautiful word, courtesan. 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 Tesan. Courtesan is a proper word for Veshya. That means, actually, in the course they work, they always decorate themselves to impress the, customers, whoever come. That is, and మన తెలుగులో వెలయాలు అంటారు, గణిక అంటారు. వెలయాలు అంటే ప్రాబబ్లీ టేకింగ్ మనీ ఎట్సెట్రా వచ్చింది అనుకుంటాను. వెల ఆలు కొనబడేది అన్నమాట. అండ్ గణిక అనేది జస్ట్ వీళ్ళు గణిక ఇస్ దేర్ ఇన్ సాంస్క్రిట్. గణిక వేశ్య. వేశ్య మీన్స్ వేషస్కరి. That means actually we can simply take the term as those who choose their beauty as their livelihood. We are not supposed to say, but nowadays different. But olden days, even for air hostess also, beauty was compulsory. Physical structure, all this was there. So like, now Miss India, Miss World, Miss Universe, whatever we say, they're not prostitutes. But Vaishya means Vaishaskari. What they are doing, they are really selling their beauty. They are exhibiting the beauty. Because that is needed. They are not exposing their body limbs, we are not saying. But they are really showing their beauty. They are displaying their beauty in different attire. So, this here, Vaishya is ladies who make the beauty as their livelihood. That's why. So, in that, those who take up the profession of entertaining the మనకి సినిమాల్లో చూపిస్తారు వేశ్య వాళ్ళు ఎత్తుకుపోతారు కానీ ఆమె షీల్ బి డూయింగ్ నేనేమి తప్పు చేయలేదు నేను ఓన్లీ డాన్స్ చేస్తున్నాను అంటుంది మనం చూస్తే షీఈ్ నాట్ డూయింగ్ లైక్ ఎంటర్టైనింగ్ ద కస్టమర్స్ ఓన్లీ బై సింగింగ్ అండ్ డాన్సింగ్ నాట్ బై ఫిజికల్ ప్లెజర్స్ అండ్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద డిమార్కేషన్ బిట్వీన్ దాట్ అన్నమాట ఇది కౌటిల్య has mentioned very clearly and that Vesha Ganika Adhyaksha also we are going to study. There is a salary for Ganika, chief Ganika, and old Ganikas, old Veshyas were given appointment in the Antapuras and for all the auspicious because I hail from village. I know they are called Bogam World. Bogam means Bogam World. Bhogastris, they say. Bhogastris, that's same. Entertainment. So the Bogam ladies were not outcasted. They were received, they were well honored, they were invited for the marriages. These people say Nitya Sumangalis, so they hold the Harati, etc. in these palaces, etc. So we had our neighbors, those who worked and retired from the royal positions, employment. So like this, here the income comes, whatever profession that licensed prostitution. That is, Vaishyas were given license. Those who are not interested to lead that life, they can pay the ransom. Ransom means to release them. Some amount they should pay to the government and they should come into the life like Maoist, etc. Now they are come. That means this public life was allowed even to the Vaishyas. And another plus point is their children always well acquainted with music, etc., etc. Therefore, they were given as musicians, instrumental or anything, vajakaras, etc. in royal courts. Government employment was given to the children of Vaishyas. So, how much security? That means because of social conditions, where prostitution was allowed, legalized, but legalized everywhere. We have to see unless licensed, nothing is done. Now, no license, only trafficking, etc. It is going on. This is the thing. So, like that, now we are coming to the Vaishya. Then, Dyuta, gambling. Gambling also, the gambling house I just mentioned. Gambling house, what they have to do? He should not allow the players to bring their own cowries. This is the mistake happened in Mahabharata. ఎవరు కూడా వాళ్ళ పాచికలను తెచ్చుకోకూడదు. దిస్ ఈస్ ద రూల్ బై కౌటిల్య. మనము శకుని తన పాచికలు తెచ్చుకున్నాడు. మహాభారతంలో ఈ చిన్న సూత్రాన్ని వాళ్ళు లెక్క చేయలేదు. ధర్మరాజు తెచ్చుకోలేదు. అంటే ఇక్కడ కౌరీస్ షుడ్ బి ప్రొవైడెడ్ బై ద గ్యాంబ్లింగ్ హౌస్, డైరెక్టర్ ఆఫ్ గ్యాంబ్లింగ్ హౌస్ అంటాడు కౌటిల్యుడు. సో ఆ అక్షయలు అవి ఏవైతే ఉంటాయో గ్యాంబ్లింగ్ పీసెస్, ఆ గవ్వలు, అవి ఇతనే ఇవ్వాలి, వాళ్ళు తెచ్చుకోకూడదు. అలా తెచ్చుకుంటే పనిష్మెంట్ అంటే ఆల్. సో gambling department also, gambling house also source of income. Okay. Then vastukam. And then this vastukam means who involved in the construction of the houses. You can say maestri or carpenter who are involved in nowadays interior decorators. So whatever pertaining to the construction of house, all such professionals also should give the tax. That is also source of income. They categorized now. మనం ఇంటికి పోయి ఒకసారి చూసుకుంటూ ఉంటే ఇన్ని రకాలు ఉందా అనేది మనకు ఆలోచన వస్తుంది. చూడండి, వస్తుకం అసలు తెలియదు మనం ఇంతవరకు కూడా. అంటే బిల్డింగ్ డివిజన్ల నుంచి వస్తుంది ట్యాక్స్, బట్ ఈ హెడ్డింగ్ అనేది మనకు తెలియదు. సి ఆల్ దిస్ ఇస్ కమింగ్. ఏదో వాడికి ట్యాక్స్ పడుతుంది అనుకుంటాం, వాడు ఇంజనీరింగ్ పడింది ఇట్లా అనుకుంటాం, కానీ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ లెక్కలు పెట్టలేదు కదా. అంతా కూడా బ్రాట్ అండర్ వన్ హెడ్డింగ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద otherwise anybody will say how is that only eight departments for income అని అడగొచ్చు. అలా కాదు, నాట్ 8, సో మెనీ ఆర్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్. ఇప్పుడు ఇందులో 8లో ఇవి ఉన్నాయి, వీటిలో మళ్ళీ సబ్ డివిజన్స్ ఉన్నాయి మనం చూస్తే వాస్తుకం అన్నట్టు అట్లా. అండ్ కారు శిల్పి గణ, కారు శిల్పి గణ అంటే దిస్ ఆర్టిసన్స్ అండ్ ఆల్సో ఈ మన స్కల్ప్ చేసే వాళ్ళు ఎవరైతే ఉంటారో శిల్పులు, దే కమాండర్ ఆర్టిసన్స్ ఓన్లీ. దోస్ డూ ద దిస్ డూ ఆల్ ద ఐడల్స్ ఎట్సెట్రా విత్ స్టోన్స్ అండ్ ఆల్. ఇప్పుడు ఉన్నాయి కదా శిలా విగ్రహాలు పెడతారు కదా, సో దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్కమ్. దెన్ దేవతాధ్యక్ష, ఎండోమెంట్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్, director or what we say head of endowments, because so much of income will be there, and also expenditure also will be there later on day. What is to be borne by the government he will tell. And dwara and bahiraka adeyam cha. Dwara means actually like um, at entry points. Entry points when nata, nartaka, dancers, etc., who come from out of place, there used to be tax. Like, toll tax we are saying. Toll tax only they are imposing on vehicles. Vehicles. If it is, those who come in the troops, etc., how well, that is the reason now so many crimes are taking place. If they are also checked, like toll gate tax, toll, the toll is nothing but entry point of state to state, district to district, as you know. So that way, even if these incomers also again checked, then automatically this crime rate will reduce. So now like that, all these parts constitute, that means come under Durgam. So actually Durga means, actually Durga, why they have said Rashtra, why they are telling means Rashtra is a small thing, like, you are not there. I think for Durga, one fort also we have studied in this first part. దుర్గం మాట్లాడినప్పుడు ఫోర్ట్ ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది అన్నప్పుడు నగరం మొత్తం ఆవరించి ఉంటుందని మనం తీసుకున్నాం ఫోర్టిఫికేషన్. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎ వైడర్ పార్ట్ దుర్గం. రాష్ట్ర ఈజ్ టౌన్, క్యాపిటల్ టౌన్ ఎట్సెట్రా, దట్ ఈస్ హీ విల్ డిస్కస్ అబౌట్ దట్ లాటర్ ఆన్. అంటే మనకి ఇంకా అన్ని టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఇంతవరకు అయ్యేటప్పటికే మనం అనుకుంటా చూడండి. అంటే ఎంత సింపుల్ గా చదువుకుంటూ పోతే, యాక్చువల్గా నేను రాసిన ఈ మన రిఫ్లెక్షన్స్ ఆన్ కౌటిల్యలో చిన్న చిన్న ఓన్లీ హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఇచ్చి వదిలిపెట్టా, అంత రాయడం ఎక్కడ సాధ్యమవుతుంది మనకి? ఈ ఒక్క ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ దానికే ఒక బుక్ అవుతుందండి. దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాటర్ ఈస్ దేర్. సో అంటే మన స్టడీయింగ్ కౌటిల్యస్ అర్థశాస్త్ర అంటే సి హౌ మచ్ రియలీ టైమ్ ఇట్ టేక్స్. ఎంటైర్లీ అనేది అంత ఈజీ కాదు. సో దిస్ వే it is going on. So now let us stop here.